8-12, and Russell defeated Norton 54-46. So your first round matchups look like this. The Smith Center Lady Red, the number 1 seed, will take on Ellis at 6 o'clock on Monday night. We will be there for coverage of that ball game here on 92.5 KQMA. So again, 6 o'clock tip from Smith Center as the Lady Red have a rematch with the Ellis Lady Railers on Monday night. Other games Monday for the MCL girls tournament. TMP, the number 4 seed, they will be hosting Hoxie. The number 2 seed, Phillipsburg, will have a rematch with Oakley. They faced in night number 1 of the season. And then Trigo will be hosting Russell. For the 4 teams that lost today, they fall to the feather bracket games, and they will play on a Thursday back here in Stockton in the grade school gym. Hill City will take on Stockton. Plainville will take on Norton. So that's a look at the girls' game again. The first round matchups on Monday night at 6 o'clock. Smith Center hosts Ellis. TMP will host Hoxie. Phillipsburg hosting Oakley, and Trigo hosting Russell. On the boys' side of things, again, our final game here today, and with Stockton not having a boys' team, only 3 games today for the boys, as Ellis moves on already into the tournament, and they are the 5 seed. So here's what happened today. It was a great game over there in the grade school gym between Plainville and Russell, and the Cardinals edged out the Broncos 59-58. So Plainville moves on. Russell falls to the feather bracket games. Hill City defeated Oakley 58-53. And then our final game and our featured matchup of the day, Smith Center gets set to take on Hoxie. So Tuesday night is when the boys' games start. For the first round, Trigo, the number 1 seed, they will be hosting Plainville. We will be in Phillipsburg on Tuesday night as the Phillipsburg Panthers have a rematch with Ellis, as Ellis knocked off the Panthers 66-64 before Christmas break on a 3-pointer at the buzzer by the Railroaders. So Phillipsburg looking to get a little payback here in the first round of the MCL tournament. We'll have coverage of that for you at 6 o'clock on Tuesday. The other games on Tuesday, Norton, the number 2 seed, they will host Hill City, and TMP awaits the winner of our ball game. As we get set here for our starting lineups. It looks like for the Hoxie Indians, it'll be number 1, a 5'9" junior, Brady Jones. Number 10, a 6-foot senior, Ashton Dow. Number 11, a 6'4" junior, Miles Ballman. Also starting will be number 21, a senior, Dominic Jones. And number 24, a 6-foot senior, Cade Gorley. As again, the Hoxie Indians going with Jones, Dow, Ballman, Gorley, and Jones. The Hoxie Indians head coach by Jake Moss. For the Smith Center Redmen, they will be starting. Number 3, a 5'11" junior, Tarek Kelch. Number 12, a 5'10" senior, Taylor Lepi. Number 23, a 5'10" sophomore, Benji Carr. Number 24, 6'4" senior, Nolan Lehman. And number 34, a 6'4" sophomore, Tegan McKenzie. As the Redmen in their road of red jerseys, white numbers, and the green trim, of the Hoxie Indians in their home white jerseys, red numbers, and the black trim. The Redmen will go left to right on your radio dial to start the ball game. McKenzie and Ballman in the center circle, and the Indians win the tip. Brady Jones brings it right to left on your radio dial for the Indians. Inside goes the basketball to Dow. Ashton Dow has it left corner. Skip past to Brady Jones right side. Down to the left corner, right corner, to Gorley. Kicks it back out to Jones, right wing. He's on the dribble, swings around Dominic Jones. Back around Brady Jones. Jones, right wing, drives down to the right block. Shot no good, rebounded by Lehman. Nolan outlets ahead to Kelch. Tarek brings it up the court, left to right on your radio dial. 7:28 left to go here in the first quarter. Looking for our first points of the ball game. First possession of the game for the Redmen. Carr swings around to Lehman, left wing. Pump fakes, drives in. Lehman, spin move in the paint. Off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Miles Ballman. Ballman ahead to Dow. Dow's layup is good. Count the basket. He's heading the line for an and one. First foul of the ball game on the Redmen. Foul is on Tegan McKenzie, his first personal. Dow's free throw on its way, and it's good. He's got 3, and the Hoxie Indians strike first. They lead 3-0. 7:10 left to go here in the first quarter. Tegan McKenzie has it. Dribbles down to the left wing, picks up his dribble there, looking to pass off, goes out front to Lehman. Lehman picks up his dribble right side. Looking, guarded tightly by by Cade Gorley. That's Ballman. And going to have a travel called. So turnover by the Redmen. The Indians will take it the other way with 6:54 left to go in the first quarter, and the Hoxie Indians have a 3-point lead, 3-0. Brady Jones brings it across the timeline. Dominic Jones back around to Brady. Jones on the dribble, tipped out by Lepai, and Lepai going to get called for a foul. His first personal foul, second Redmen team foul. Brady Jones inbounds to Gorley. They get the ball down to Ballman on the left baseline. Back to Dominic Jones. Out front between the circles to Brady Jones. Jones to Gorley, left wing. Picks up his dribble to Jones, left corner. Inside for Ballman. Left block, turnaround shot, no good. Rebound put back by Gorley. Count the basket. He's heading line for an and one. Third team foul on the Redmen. Second on Tegan McKenzie. Davion Orr back into the ball game. He's a 6-foot freshman for the Redmen. Tegan McKenzie has to take a seat with those 2 fouls early here in the first quarter. Gorley's free throw is good. So that makes it 6-0. The Hoxie Indians lead the Smith Center Redmen. 6:20 left to go here in the first quarter. Lepai, skip pass for Orr, goes out of bounds. Second turnover of the ball game for the Redmen. 6:16 left to play here in the first quarter. Hoxie leads 6-0 over the Smith Center Redmen. Brady Jones has a right corner for the Indians. Bounce pass out front between the circles to Gorley. Back around to Jones. Jones down to the right corner to Gorley. Inside for Ballman. Turnaround shot at the right block. Good. Ballman's got his first 2 points of the ball game, and it puts the Hoxie Indians up 8-0 with 5:50 left to go in the first quarter. Lepai picks up his dribble left side, goes out front, center circle to Kelch. He dribbles down between the circles. Lepai has it right corner. He's on the dribble to the free throw line. Hands it off out front to Carr. Carr looking to pass off. Tries to go in for Lepai, goes out of bounds. Third turnover of the ball game for the Redmen. 8-0, the Hoxie Indians lead the Smith Center Redmen. Just under 5.5 to go here in the first quarter. Brady Jones brings it up the court. They look underneath for Ballman. Ballman tracks down the basketball in the left corner. Back to Dominic Jones, out front to Gorley. Gorley swings around to Brady Jones' right side. Jones looking inside, gives it down to Gorley, right corner. Open for 3, takes the 3, no good. Rebound put back by Ballman, good. Ballman's got 4, and the Hoxie Indians lead 10-0. Orr brings it up the left sideline. Between the legs dribble, dribbles back out front between the circles now. Crosses over, dribbles all the way down to the left baseline. Jumper from there, rattles out, no good. Rebounded by Gorley, and then he's going to get called for a travel. First turnover of the ball game for the Hoxie Indians. 4:43 left to go in the first quarter, 10-0. Hoxie leads the Smith Center here in the MCL tournament. Play-in game, the winner moves on and will take on TMP on Tuesday. The team that loses falls to the feather bracket game. Orr has it left wing. Tipped out by Gorley. Gorley on the fast break. Layup good. Gorley's got 5, and the Hoxie Indians now lead 12-0 with 4:25 left to go in the first quarter. Ball tipped out by the Indians. It will remain Redmen basketball as Ian Doan into the ballgame for the Redmen. Benji Carr going to take a seat. 4:24 left to go in the first quarter. 12-0 is the score. The Hoxie Indians lead the Smith Center Redmen. Kelch gets it ahead to Orr. Orr gets it across the timeline. Passes off to Lehman. Lehman top of the key, guarded by Ballman. Lehman on the drive, tipped down by Dominic Jones. Lehman comes back up with it, blocked by Ballman. In the hands of Dow. Dow loses the handle on it underneath, and it will be Redmen basketball. .402 left to go in the first quarter. 12-0. The Hoxie Indians lead the Smith Center Redmen. Taylor LePie with it, trying to break the Indians press. Does so to Kelch. Tarek passes it down to Davion Orr left side. Orr looks in. Now he's on the dribble, picks it back up. Looking to pass off. Guarded tightly by Ashton Dow. Needs to get the pass off. Does so to Doan. Doan out front. He's guarded by Dominic Jones. Out front to Orr, top of the key. Orr drives in. Picks up his dribble. Looking to pass off. Gives it underneath. Tries to get him underneath, I should say, to Ashton, or to Nolan Lehman. Dow comes away with the steal. Passes down left corner, Gorley. Gorley left wing. Drives in. Elevates. And Ian Doan going to get called for the foul. His first personal foul. Fourth Redmen team foul. So Gorley heads back to the free throw line. Hit an and one attempt earlier. First one's on its way. Rattles out. Into the ball game going to be Kane Epp. He's a 5'10 sophomore. Dominic Jones takes a seat. On its way. Good on the second one for Gorley. He's got 6. 3:19 left to go here in the first quarter. The Hoxie Indians lead 13-10. Turnover by the Redmen. Already their 6th turnover here in the first quarter. 3:14 left to play in the first, and the Hoxie Indians lead 13-0. Jones ahead to Gorley. Back down to Jones, left corner. Jones on the dribble. They leave him open for 3. Can't make him pay that time. Rebound put back by Dow. Good. Dow's got 5, and the Hoxie Indians lead 15-0. 2:55 left to go here in the first quarter. Lehman ahead to LePie. LePie backside pass for Doan. Doan to Orr. Orr's shot is up. No good. Rebounded by Epp. Epp brings it up the court. Ahead to Brady Jones. Jones on the dribble left wing. Inside for Ballman at the left block. Turnaround shot for Ballman. Good. He's got 6. And the Hoxie Indians lead 17-0. Kelch, backside pass for Orr. Orr's layup high off the glass and good. That ends the 17-0 run the Hoxie Indians were on to start this ball game. The Redmen on the board with 2:14 left to go here in the first quarter. They trail 17-2. Dow to Jones, right corner. Out front to Gorley. They swing it around to Epp, left wing. Down to Ballman on the left baseline. Tipped out by Lehman, and it will remain Indian basketball. Into the ball game, Braxton Monk. He's a 5'3 freshman. Also in is 34, a 6'6 senior, Clay Johnson. Ballman takes a seat, and Gorley takes a seat. Dowell inbound. An official's timeout, so player can get his shoe tied. 2:02 left to play here in the first quarter. 17-2, the Hoxie Indians lead the Smith Center Redmen. Dow to inbound for the Indians. Does so Brady Jones, left corner. He dribbles up to the left wing, goes out front to Monk. They swing it back to Jones, the left wing, to Monk in the left corner. Back to Jones, left side. Back to Monk, left corner. Into Dow on the left baseline. Back out to Jones, left corner. He's going to take one dribble. Back out front to Monk. They swing it around to Epp, right wing. Epp looking inside. Now to Monk. Down to the right baseline to Johnson. Back out to Monk for 3. No good. Fight for the rebound is on. Ian Doan comes away with it for the Redmen. Passes it off to Kelch. Kelch ahead to Orr, left wing. Bounce pass back and stolen away by Brady Jones. Then tipped out by Orr and picked up by Kelch. Third turnover of the game for the Indians compared to the 7 for the Redmen. Minute 15 left to go here in the first quarter. The Hoxie Indians lead the Smith Center Redmen 17-2. Doan has it. Looking inside, stolen away by Ashton Dow, his second steal of the first quarter. Dow drives in, no good on the basket, but he'll head to the free throw line as Doan picks up his second personal foul, 5th Redmen team foul. Dowell will head to the free throw line. He is 1 for 1 from the line in this ball game. First one's on its way. Good. He now has 6 points as Taylor LaPie comes back in for the Redmen. Doan takes a seat. Brady Jones and Kane Hepp take a seat for the Indians. Dominic Jones comes back in. Also into the ball game is Braden Sheets. He's a 5'5 freshman. Second one for Dow, good as well. He's already got 7 points. He'll take a seat, and Miles Ballman comes back in for the Indians. 1:02 left to play here in the first quarter. Hoxie leads 19-2. Kelch ahead to Lehman, now to LaPie. LaPie skip pass it to Kelch. Kelch tracks it down left corner, tries to kick it out to Carr. Turnover by the Redmen. So, ball goes back to the Indians. Monk has it to Sheets, back to Monk, out front to Dominic Jones. He's at the top of the key. They swing around to Sheets, left wing. Back to Monk, right wing. Monk on the dribble there, down to Sheets in the right corner, inside for Johnson. And a 3-second violation on the Indians. Their 4th turnover of the first quarter. 35.4 seconds left to go here in the first. Hoxie leads 19-2 over the Smith Center Redmen. LaPie ahead to Lehman, trying to break the full court pressure of the Indians. Lehman gets it back to LaPie. LaPie across the timeline, drives all the way inside, and a foul going to be called here on Hoxie, their first team foul of the first quarter. Foul's on Dominic Jones, his first personal foul. Kelch to inbound. Does so to Lehman. Blocked by Ballman, and a foul going to be called. Second team foul on the Indians. Foul's on Ballman, his first personal foul. Lehman heads to the free throw line, trying to cut down the gap here as Hoxie leads Smith Center 19-2. And it can't make the first one. Falls off the front of the rim, so Nolan will get set for the second one as we have 21.4 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Hoxie leads 19-2. Lehman trying to get the Redmen a little closer here. Can't with the second one. Ball tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Ballman, and it will be Redmen basketball. Terry Kelch will inbound for the Redmen. It's Kelch, LaPie, Carr, Lehman, and Orr as Carr gets the inbounds pass. Shot no good. Gets his own rebound, though. Gives it to Carr, right wing. Tried to pass it off to LaPie. Taylor tracks it down before it goes back court. LaPie picks up the basketball. 4 seconds left. Carr puts up a deep three. No good. It goes out of bounds with 1/8 of a second left. And it will be Hoxie to inbound as Jones holds on to it. Hoxie leads 19-2 after quarter number 1. We'll take a timeout. Be back with the second quarter right after this as you listen to Redmen Basketball on KQMA and the World Wide Web.
And on next section, channel 165, and this is Center Redmen channel. I'd like to thank everyone who's helped us out here in the past. If you'd like to help us out in the future, you can send me to Smith Center Junior Senior High School, 300 Roger Barter Way, Smith Center, Kansas, 66967. We'll put your money to good use. Some of our sponsors are Sharon Longdale and Audrey Seaman, Neil and Karen Herndon, Theron and Royce Airsnape, Dennis and Judy Schmidt, Dennis and Pam Etchison, John Overmiller, Burke and Kim Phelps, Realty One, Sean Phelps from beautiful downtown Smith Center, Mary and Skipper Marie Overmiller, Larry and Barbara Wilson, Jack and Arlene Ben, Mitch and Tammy Holtis there in Kansas City. Mitch wanted to remind you of the upcoming quintessential, the 150th anniversary of the building, the Home on the Range, coming up. So be prepared for that. Also, there's going to be a little girls cheer camp on January 17th. Contact Keisha Archer. Go Redmen.
Redmen as the Indians lead 19-2 after quarter number 1. LaPie, Lehman, Kelch, along with Orr and McKenzie for the Redmen, as it is Redmen basketball. Orr has it on the dribble, and an offensive foul going to be called here on the Redmen. Their 10th turnover of the ball game. And the second foul on Taylor LaPie, also their 6th team foul on the Redmen so far. Sheets brings it up the court for the Indians, gets a screen out front from Ballman. Sheets picks up his dribble, goes out front to Johnson. They swing it around to Dominic Jones, left wing. He's going to drive in, jump stop, left block shot, no good. Fight for the rebounds on, and Tegan McKenzie comes up with it. McKenzie ahead to Kelch. Kelch across the timeline in the center circle, guarded tightly by Braden Sheets. They get it into McKenzie at the free throw line. Hands it off to Kelch. Kelch at the basket, no good. Rebounded by Ballman. Ballman ahead to Monk. Monk on the dribble at the right wing. Out front to Johnson. They swing around to Jones, left wing. Dominic Jones on the carry. Gives it to Sheets. Bounce pass to Johnson, left baseline. Back out to Monk, left wing. Monk on the dribble there with 6:55 and counting left to go here in the first half. Ballman swings around Dominic Jones, right wing. Jones stops and pops along two. No good. Gets his own rebound, though. Puts up the shot and good. Dominic Jones gets his first points of the ball game, and the Hoxie Indians now lead 21-2 with 6:37 left to go in the first half. Lehman ahead, tipped out by Ballman, and it will remain Redmen basketball as almost a complete line change here. Ashton Dow back in, Brady Jones back in, Kate Gorley and Kane Epp all back into the ball game. The only one to stay on the court is Braden Sheets for the Hoxie Indians. Looks like Tarek Kelch going to take a seat for the Redmen. Benji Carr back in, along again with Taylor LaPie, Nolan Lehman, Davion Orr, and Tegan McKenzie. Orr on the dribble, guarded out front by Kane Epp. Orr on the dribble, left wing. Picks up his dribble, looks underneath for Tegan McKenzie, tries to pass it back out as he was falling out of bounds. 11th turnover of the ball game for the Redmen with 6:18 left to go here in the first half. Hoxie leads 21-2. Brady Jones to inbound for the Indians, does so to Gorley. Gorley brings it across the timeline, met out front by Davion Orr to Epp. Now to Brady Jones at the free throw line. He'll put up the jumper, no good. Rebounded by Tegan McKenzie. That's Tegan's second rebound of the ball game. Taylor LaPie brings it up the court for the Redmen, calling out the offense. Hands it off to Benji Carr, right side. Gets a screen from Lehman, picks up his dribble, now gives it back to Lehman. Jumper by Lehman, no good. Rebounded by Kate Gorley, his third rebound of the ball game. 5:40 and counting left to go here in the first half. Hoxie leads 21-2 over the Smith Center Redmen. Epp has it, right corner. Back out to the right wing to Gorley. They swing around to Jones, left wing. Down to Sheets, left corner. Kane Epp with it, left wing. Inside for Dow. Dow looking and going to get called for a travel. 5th turnover of the ball game for the Hoxie Indians with 5:25 left to go here in the first half. The Hoxie Indians lead the Smith Center Redmen 21-2. Benji Carr has it ahead to Tegan McKenzie. McKenzie lets everybody clear out. Gets it across the timeline to Benji Carr. Now to LaPie through his hands, out of bounds. Orr going to take a seat, and Tarek Kelch comes back into the ball game. 5:12 left to play here in the first half. The Hoxie Indians lead the Smith Center Redmen 21-2. Braden Sheets ahead to Brady Jones. Kane Epp with it, top of the key. Around to Gorley. Gorley going to drive inside, underneath for Epp. Epp, right block up, no good. Rebounded by Nolan Lehman. Lehman's got his second rebound of the first half, and the Redmen bring it back left to right on your radio dial with a Benji Carr to the top of the key. Carr on the dribble, down to the right wing, picks up his dribble, hands it off to LaPie. LaPie guarded tightly by Brady Jones. They look inside for Kelch, can't quite get it to him. Now give it to him at the right corner, inside for Lehman at the right block. Lehman's shot is up and good. Nolan has his first points of the ball game, and it makes it 21-4 with 4:23 left to play here in the first half. Brady Jones ahead to Ashton Dow, right corner. Crosses over, drives right baseline, up and no good. Rebounded by Benji Carr. Carr works out front against Sheets, ahead to LaPie, right side. LaPie looking in for Lehman, can't quite get it to him. Finds Kelch up and under, and Kelch is going to head to the free throw line. Third team foul on the Indians. Fouls on Kane Epp, his first personal foul. First one for Kelch is on the way, no good. Ballman comes back in for the Indians. Also back in is Braxton Monk as Dow takes his seat and Braden Sheets takes his seat. Kelch gets set for the second one. It's on its way. That one's good. Tarek's got his first point of the ball game, and the Hoxie Indians now lead 21-5. Just under 4 minutes left to play here in the first half. Epp has it across the timeline. Back to Brady Jones. Jones between the circles to Epp, left wing. Down to the left corner to Monk. Monk looks inside for Ballman. Can't quite get it to him, so they go back out front to Epp, or to Jones. Gorley going to put up the deep three. It's no good, and a foul going to be called. Over the back on Tegan McKenzie, his third personal foul, seventh Redmond team foul. So it'll send Ballman to the free throw line to shoot 1-1. His first attempt from the line in this ball game. 3:39 left to play in the first half. Hoxie leads Smith Center 21-5. First and the 1-on-1 for Ballman, no good. Rebounded by Carr. Hands it off to Kelch, and Tarek brings it ahead to Lepi right side. Lepi on the dribble, working against Brady Jones. Spin move. Right elbow, blocked by Ballman, but right into the hands of Benji Carr. Kelch drives in off the glass, and he'll head back to the free throw line. Fourth team foul on the Indians, and again on Kane Epp, his second. Dominic Jones getting set to come back into the ball game for the Indians. 3:20 left to play in the first half. Hoxie leads 21-5. So Kelch heads to the free throw line. Was 1 of 2 from the line moments ago. Hits the first one. Kane Epp going to take a seat with those 2 fouls. Dominic Jones back in. Kelch gets set for the second one now. It's on its way. That one no good. Rebound, fought for, and Monk comes away with it. Monk ahead to Ballman. Ballman finds Gorley. Gorley drives in, left block up and good. 8th point of the ball game for Cade Gorley, and the Hoxie Indians now lead 23-6. Carr has it left side to Lepi. Wraparound pass for McKenzie. McKenzie drives in, shot in the paint is no good. Rebounded by Ballman. His 4th rebound of the ball game, and the Hoxie Indians have it with 2:45 left to go in the first half, up 23-6. Monk swings around to Dominic Jones, top of the key, to the left, no good. Rebounded by Carr. Benji's already got 5 rebounds, 4 of them coming here in the second quarter. 2.5 minutes left to go in the first half. Hoxie leads 23-6 over the Smith Center Redmen. Lepi met out front by Brady Jones. Finds Kelch, cutting towards the basket, blocked by Ballman. Gorley comes away with the basketball, drives all the way in, and he's going to get called for a charge as Lepi had his feet set. First foul of the ball game for Cade Gorley, 5th on the Indians. Sheets comes back in, Dow comes back in. Dominic Jones takes his seat, and Braxton Monk takes a seat for the Indians. For the Redmen, Ian Doan back into the ball game. And Taylor Lepi taking a seat. Doan gets it ahead to McKenzie. Backside pass for Kelch. Tarek lost the handle on it, picks it back up left wing. Out front to Tegan McKenzie. McKenzie back to Kelch left side. 2:05 left to play in the first half. Hoxie leads Smith Center 23-6. Kelch directs traffic from between the circles. Tipped out and stolen away by Gorley, his second steal of the ball game. Tried to pass it ahead for Sheets over his head, out of bounds, and it will be Redmond basketball. Minute 53 left to go in the first half. Kane Epp comes back in. Cade Gorley going to take a seat. 23-6. The Hoxie Indians lead the Smith Center Redmen here in the playing game of the Mid-Continent League basketball tournament. The Indians the 6th seed, the Redmen the 11th seed. The winner moves on to take on TMP on Tuesday night. The loser falls to those feather bracket games. Down ahead to Lehman to Kelch, right corner. Kelch up to the right wing, picks up his dribble. Now the McKenzie right block, guarded tightly by Dow. Hands it off to Kelch, as Tarrant couldn't quite to control that one as there's some hands in the way. Last touch by the Indians, they're going to say. So Redmond basketball with a minute 31 left to play in the first half, 23-6. The Hoxie Indians lead the Smith Center Redmen. Tarek Kelch going to take his seat. Taylor LaPie comes back in. LaPie going to inbound the basketball. Does so to McKenzie. Back to LaPie. LaPie picks up his dribble down to Lehman on the baseline. Up and under the basket. Good. Nolan's got 4 all here in the second quarter. And the Smith Center Redmen now trail 23-8 with a minute 16 left to go in the first half. Sheets has it left side. Picks up his dribble now to Jones, left wing. Back out front to Sheets. Swings it around to Epp. Epp deep in the right corner to Sheets. To Epp, right wing. Out front to Jones. Jones back to Epp, left corner. They look inside for Ballman. They get it to him, left block. He's triple teamed. And again, have a foul called here on the Redmen. 8th team foul. And I believe this one's probably going to be on Nolan Lehman, but we'll wait the official word here. Foul is on Nolan, his first personal foul. 23-8. The Hoxie Indians lead the Smith Center Redmen. 54.9 seconds left here in this first half, as Ballman's first one is good. He has 7 points. Benji Carr in. Tegan McKenzie going to take a seat. Clay Johnson, the 6'6 senior, heads to the scores table. He'll be coming in for Ballman after this free throw. And second one for Ballman, no good. Rebounded by Benji Carr, his 6th. LaPie brings it up the court. Working against Brady Jones. Picks up his dribble, looking to pass off. Goes down to the right corner to Doan. Doan on the dribble. Picks up the dribble at the right wing, looking to pass. Gets it inside for Lehman. Lehman pump fakes, drives in. Shot is up and good. Lehman's got 6, and the Hoxie Indians lead 24-10 with 28 seconds left to go here in the first half. Dow has it right baseline to Jones right corner to Epp right wing. Epp picks up his dribble. Now back to Jones right wing. 18 seconds left. Epp inside for Dow on the right baseline. Gets it across the paint to 2 Sheets. Now to Ballman. Left block up. Rolls all the way around. No good. Fighting for the rebounds on, and Davion Orr comes away with it. Orr to Doan. Doan underneath the basket. Shot no good. Rebounded by Ballman. And that's going to do it for the first half. The Hoxie Indians lead 24-10. We'll take a timeout. Be back to wrap up the first half for you right after this. You're listening to Redmond Basketball on KQMA and the World Wide Web.
And on next Tech Channel 165, this is Center Redmen channel. Some of our sponsors are Robert Voltek, Aldine Oltis, the Oltis boys, Mike, Mitch, and Lyle, Matt and Alicia Brown, Curtis and Terry Overmiller, David and Mary Raby, Larry and Judy Burgess and Laura Burgess, Ken and Diane Depperschmidt, Ray and Karina Airsnape, and Carol and Wilma Berry, along with David and Susie Hudson, Artist Kattenberg, Greg and Tamara Frank, Gerald and Jenna Bouclair. And Jesse Ray's been telling you kind of what the lineup is here for next week, so hopefully you'll all be able to come out and watch the Lady Red on Monday night there in Smith Center. So go Redmen, go Lady Red.
hosting Plainville. Phillipsburg will be in Phillipsburg on Tuesday night when the Phillipsburg Panthers host the LS Railroaders at 6 o'clock there in Chuck Newland Gym. Norton will host Hill City, and again, the winner of our game will travel to Al Billinger Fieldhouse and take on the TMP Monarchs in the pit on Tuesday night. The loser falls to the feather bracket games. The first game will be on a Tuesday night at a neutral site against Oakley at 6 o'clock. The game number 2 will be Thursday against Russell in a Stockton Grade School gym, and then the final game for the feather brackets will be on Saturday in Plainville. Russell against Oakley. So our loser of this one will have a game on Tuesday and have a game on Thursday and then be done for the tournament. We're going to take a final 1-minute timeout. When we come back, the second half of our broadcast is again the Hoxie Indians lead the Smith Center Redmen at halftime, 24-10. You're listening to Redmen basketball on KQMA and the World Wide Web. Cool, Jesse Ray with you as we get set for the second half of our ball game. The Hoxie Indians lead the Smith Center Redmen 24-10 as the Indians outscored the Redmen 19-2 in quarter number 1. The Redmen outscored the Indians in the second quarter 8-5. Again, it's 24-10 here at halftime. For the Redmen, they go Tegan McKenzie, Nolan Lehman, Taylor Lepi, Benji Carr, and Tarek Kelch. For the Hoxie Indians, Miles Ballman, Ashton Dow, Dominic Jones, Brady Jones, and Cade Gorley. Looks like Indians basketball to start the second half, and they go left to right on your radio dial. As Jones has it to Gorley, down to Dow in the left corner. Dow out front to Ballman. They swing it around to Gorley, right corner. Jones, top of the key. He'll fire up a three. Left it short, no good. Rebounded by Ballman. Ballman put back, no good. Goes out of bounds. They're going to say last touch, blocked out of bounds by Nolan Lehman. So Ashton Dow will inbound for the Hoxie Indians. 7:42 left to go in the third quarter. Hoxie leads 24-10. Ballman has it. Shot inside off the back of the iron. No good. Rebound fought for. Put back by Cade Gorley. Good. 10th point of the ball game for Cade Gorley. He's the first player for either team in double digits tonight. And the Hoxie Indians now lead 26-10. Carr has it right wing. Down to the right block to Tegan McKenzie. Turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound fought for. Gurley comes away with it. And then he's going to get called for a travel. $7:16 left to go in the third quarter. Hoxie Indians lead the Smith Center Redmen 26-10. Tarek Kelch will inbound for the Redmen. Looking. Finds Lepi. Lepi left baseline jumper, no good. A rebound put back by Lehman, and he'll head to the free throw line. Fouls on Jones, his second personal foul. It's Dominic Jones with the foul. 7:11 left to play here in the third quarter. The Hoxie Indians lead the Smith Center Redmen 26-10. Lehman getting set for the first one. It's up and rattles out, no good. Nolan 0 of 3 from the free throw line in this ball game so far as he's heading back to the line, looking to cut into that 26-10 lead that the Hoxie Indians have built here. And the second one also no good, rebounded by Dominic Jones. Jones quickly up the court to Ballman. Ballman skips it to Brady Jones, left wing. Jones on the dribble to the free throw line, picks up his dribble out front to Dow. They swing around Dominic Jones, right wing. He picks up his dribble, and a foul going to be called. An illegal screen on the Hoxie Indians. Their second team foul. And the first on Ashton Dow. 6:54 left to go in the third quarter. The Hoxie Indians lead 26-10. Full court pressure put on by the Indians as LaPie gets it ahead to McKenzie. Back to LaPie up the right sideline. LaPie all the way down to the baseline. Loses the handle on it underneath the basket. Looking to pass off. And it's up for grabs. Foul going to be called. First team foul on the Smith Center Redmen. And the first on Tarek Kelch. 6:40 left to go in this third quarter. The Hoxie Indians lead the Smith Center Redmen 26-10. Cade Gorley has it. Tipped and stolen away by Nolan Lehman. They get it ahead to Carr, left corner. Carr looks inside for Lehman, gets it to him, left block. Nolan goes to work against Ballman. Ballman blocks his shot, comes away with the basketball. Get it ahead to Jones, left side. Brady dribbles over, finds Gorley right wing. Gorley out front to Dow. They swing around to Jones. Down to the left block to Ballman. His turnaround shot no good. Lehman comes up with the rebound, his fourth. 6:04 left to go in the third quarter. The Hoxie Indians lead the Smith Center Redmen 26-10. LaPie out front to Lehman. The Carr left wing. Out front to LaPie. LaPie drives in. Free throw line jumper. Hard off the glass, but it finds the bottom of the basket. Taylor picks up his first points of the ball game, and a timeout going to be called by Coach Moss. We'll take one with him as you're listening to Redmen Basketball on KQMA and the World Wide Web.
And on next XL 165, this is the Redmen channel. I don't know if it's looking on TV or not. Kind of got fired up earlier, but most of the time it works. But sometimes I miss something. Some of our other sponsors were Penny and Dennis and Kathy Hansen, Bob and Cindy Wagner, P&G Computers, Greg and Peggy Oberman, 3rd Street Design, Kathy McCary, Jones, Joyce Jones, Carolyn Ruth Curtis, Living Trust, Ruth and Teresa, Ron and Teresa Renschler, and Ron and Pat Griffith. So go Redmen.
Day night. The loser falls to those feather bracket games and will play Oakley Tuesday night in a neutral site. Ballman has it out front to Brady Jones. Jones swings it around to the right wing to Monk. Braxton Monk swings it back around to Kane Hepp, left side. He dribbles top of the key to Jones, right wing. Brady fires up the three, no good. Rebound fought for, and the jump ball going to be called Redmen basketball. .5:24 left to play here in the third quarter. 26-12. The Hoxie Indians lead the Smith Center Redmen. Lehman, LaPie, Kelch, McKenzie, and Carr for the Redmen as Carr comes away with the loose ball to LaPie, right wing, long two, good. That makes it 26-14. The Redmen have cut the lead down to 12. 5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Ballman has it left baseline. Tries to spin move underneath. No, can't get anywhere with that one. As they look for Kane Epp, he tracks it down to the right corner. So the Indians have it. Brady Jones, right wing. Down to Dow. He drives right baseline underneath the basket. Shot is up, and he'll head to the free throw line. Second team foul on the Redmen. And it's the fourth on Tegan McKenzie. 4:40 left to play in the third quarter. The Hoxie Indians lead the Smith Center Redmen 26-14. First one for Dow is good. He's got 8 points as Ian Doan and Davion Orr come back into the ball game. Teague McKenzie and Benji Carr both take a seat. Dow trying to extend the Indian lead with this one, and it does. Dow's got 9 points, and Hoxie leads 28-14. 4:40 left to go in the third quarter. Full court pressure put on by the Indians. Couch gets it ahead to LaPie. LaPie down to the right baseline to Doan. Doan's shot is up, and he'll head to the free throw line. Third team foul on the Indians. Foul is on Kane Epp, his third. Doan at the free throw line. The first one, no good. Kate Gorley comes back in. Kane Hepp going to take a seat with those 3 fouls. 4:31 left to play in the third quarter. The Hoxie Indians lead the Smith Center Redmen 28-14. Second one for Doan's on its way. That one's good. Nothing but the bottom of the net. He's got his first point to the ball game, and the Smith Center Redmen cut the lead down to 13. It's 28-15 with 4:25 left to play in the third quarter. Monk on the drive, picks up his dribble to right elbow to Ballman. They swing around to Gorley, left wing. Gorley to the free throw line, picks up his dribble, goes out front to Dow. Now to Brady Jones, right wing. Jones gets the screen from Dow. Now bounce pass down to Dow, right block. Spin move underneath the basket, up and good. Dow's got 11. 15-point lead for the Hoxie Indians, 30-15 with 4 minutes left to play in the third quarter. Foul going to be called on the Indians. Their fourth personal foul, or fourth team foul, I should say, and first personal foul on Braxton Monk. 3:58 left to go in the third quarter. The Hoxie Indians lead by 15, 30-15, as LaPie gets it in to Lehman. Nolan pushes it all the way up to the right wing, backs Ballman in to the right elbow, picks up his dribble, hands it off to LaPie. Tipped out by Jones. LaPie has it right wing, drives into the paint, picks up his dribble, and gets called for the travel. 3:41 left to play in the third quarter. The Hoxie Indians lead 30-15. First turnover of the second half for the Redmen, 14th overall. Jones has it right wing. Bounce pass to Ballman. Ballman right block, guarded by Lehman, tipped out by Kelch, and Kelch comes away with the steal. Kelch brings it up the court. Head to Lehman between the circles. Lehman picks up his dribble, now looking to pass off. Still looking, needs to get the pass off. Tipped by Ballman, and Doan comes away with it. Doan picks up his dribble out front in the center circle, bounce pass to Lehman to the free throw line. Pump fakes, drives all the way in, right block, and a foul going to be called here on the Indians, their 15th foul. Fouls on Miles Ballman, his second. So Nolan Lehman heads to the free throw line. First one's on its way. That one no good. Nolan still looking for his first point from the free throw line in this one. Right now, 0 of 5 from the free throw line so far in this game for Nolan Lehman. 3 minutes exactly left to go in the third quarter, and Hoxie has a 15-point lead as they lead 30-15. Lehman getting set for the second one. It's on its way. That one is good. Gets his first point from the free throw line, his 7th overall, and the Smith Center Redmen now trail by 14, 30-16. Dow drives the left baseline. Spin move at the left block, no good. Rebound put back by Ballman, no good. It rattles out. Last touch by the Redmen as it goes out of bounds. .247 left to play in the third quarter. The Hoxie Indians lead by 14 as Brady Jones's three is no good. Tracked down by Taylor LaPie. LaPie drives all the way in. Left block shot, no good. Rebound 5-4, and now Monk comes away with it. Monk to Ballman, layup good. Ballman has 9 points, and the Hoxie Indians lead 32-16 over the Smith Center Redmen. 2:24 left to go. Coach Miller wants a timeout. We'll take one with him. As again, the Hoxie Indians lead the Smith Center Redmen 32-16. 2:22 left to go in the third quarter. You're listening to Redmen Basketball on KQMA and the World Wide Web.
And on Next Tech Channel 165, this is Center Redmen channel. I'd like to thank Jesse Ray for doing the play-by-play here. Always does an excellent job. I'd like to thank Next Tech for giving me a modem to use because I couldn't get any internet here in the school for some reason. Didn't have any trouble last week when I was doing the girls' Stockton game here, but a couple weeks ago. But today it just didn't go. But I got a Next Tech router and doing some Wi-Fi here with the Next Tech. So thank you, Next Tech. Been supportive of Smith Center activities for years and years and years. So we're back in action. Go Redmen.
Stockton High School. Smith Center passes it ahead to LaPie. LaPie's layup no good. Rebounded by Gorley, his 7th rebound. Ballman drives in, left baseline, or right baseline shot. Count the basket. He's headed line for an and one. He's got 11 points, and that's the 3rd team foul on the Redmen and the 2nd on the Lehman. Ballman's and one attempt, no good. A rebound, fought for, and Gorley bounces it off of Tarek Couch, and it will remain Indians basketball. 2 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter. The Hoxie Indians lead 34-16 over the Smith Center Redmen. Cade Gorley will inbound for the Indians. Does so to Monk. Monk back to Gorley. Skip pass to Jones, right wing. Brady Jones on the dribble, back out front to Gorley, around to Monk. Down to Ballman on the left baseline. Ballman drives inside, kicks it back out front to Jones. They swing it around it to Gorley, right to corner. Back to Jones out front to Monk, left wing. Monk down to Jones, left corner. They leave him open for 3. Again, he can't get it to fall. This time the rebound tracked down by Cade Gorley, his 8th. Gorley inside for Ballman. Ballman lost the handle on it, out of bounds. Last touch by the Indians. It will be Redmond basketball. Minute 28 left to play in the 3rd quarter. The Hoxie Indians lead the Smith Center Redmond 34-16. Full court pressure by the Indians. Ballman covers up Nolan Lehman as he tries to inbound. Does so to Ian Doan. Doan ahead to LaPie. Taylor LaPie looking. Drives all the way down to the left wing. Down to the left baseline. Back out to the wing. Picks up his dribble there. And a foul by Brady Jones. His first personal foul. 6th Indians team foul. Kane Epp comes back into the ball game. Also back in is Braden Sheets as Braxton Monk and Brady Jones both take a seat. Minute 17 left to play in the 3rd quarter. The Hoxie Indians lead 34-16 over the Smith Center Redmen. The Redmen get the pass into Kelch, and he'll be fouled. 17 fouls, so Kelch will head to the free throw line regardless. He'll shoot 1 and 1. Fouls on Cade Gorley, his 2nd. So, Kelch heads to the free throw line to shoot 1 and 1. Tarek, 2 of 4 from the free throw line, back in the 2nd quarter. It's on its way, good. He's now got 3. And the Hoxie Indians lead is 17, 34-17, with a minute 15 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Kelch trying to cut into the lead with his 2nd one as it's on its way, no good. Rebound tracked down by Johnson. Gorley brings it up the court. Gets it ahead to Kane Epp, left corner, down the baseline to Ballman, back to Epp, left wing. Epp on the dribble, gets a screen from Johnson. Tipped out by Kelch in the hands of Ballman, now to Gorley, right wing. Gorley drives right baseline and a foul on Davion Orr, his first personal foul. 4th Redmond team foul. 51.7 seconds left. The Hoxie Indians lead 34-17. Gorley inbounds to Ballman. Ballman underneath for Johnson. Johnson's left baseline shot no good. Rebound by Gorley. Put back by Gorley. Good. Gorley's got 12 points and 9 rebounds. And the Hoxie Indians lead 36-17. Lehman looking to inbound. Tipped by Ballman and stolen away by Sheets. They get it inside for Ballman, and Ballman's shot is good. Ballman's got 13, and Coach Miller going to call a timeout with 24 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. The Hoxie Indians lead 38-17. You're listening to Redmond basketball on KQMA and the World Wide Web.
And on Next Tech Channel 165, this is Center Redmen Channel YouTubers. Some of our sponsors are Michael and Diana Rice, Dennis and Kathy Henson, Tim and Dana Weltmer, and Declan Drake. Darius Davey. And David and Denise Kettenberg in Dakota. Denise has been here most of the day, scoping out the other teams, and Maryland's here. Michael O'Donnell Weltmer, Marilyn Lyle, Cecil and Jerry Lambert. Perry and Kendra Disman and family. Laura Burgess, the People's Bank. Jim Kirshner, Bob and Cindy Wagner, Bob and Wanda Dietz. James and Carol Wolf. P&G Computer, so if you need some work done on your computer or need to have information moved from your old computer to a new computer, give Greg and Peggy a call there or check them out on the Facebook. So we'll be in Smith Center on Monday, so you all come out and watch the Lady Red, and we'll put it on the TV and on the internet. So go Redmen.
Kane Epp, along with Clay Johnson. Also out there is Braden Sheets, and Nolan Lehman is. Lehman goes almost full court. Ball's tipped around. Gorley comes away with the steal. They get it underneath for Ballman, and Ballman gets another 2 points. He's now got 15, and the Hoxie Indians lead 40-17 now. 9 seconds left. Couch ahead to Orr, 4 seconds. Orr, 1 second, throws it up, and that's how the third quarter ends. The Hoxie Indians lead 40-17. We'll take a timeout and be back with the fourth quarter of action right after this as you're listening to Redmond Basketball on KQMA and the World Wide Web.
And on next channel 165, this is Center Redmen channel. Hope y'all can come enjoy some basketball. I think Jesse said if the Redmen lose, we'll be playing Tuesday here in Stockton. And then on Thursday, Lady Red will play somewhere. I'm not sure where, but it kind of varies a lot with the way they have their schedule set here up here. So we'll be doing the best we can to get everybody on the YouTube and on the next tech on the Redmen YouTube channel. I don't know how the wrestlers did today, but it's always fun to see what's going on and the things they're doing. So I think they'll be in town in a few weeks, so go Redmen.
Moves on into the first round of the MCL tournament, and will take on a TMP Tuesday night at Al Bellinger Fieldhouse in the pit. The loser falls to the feather bracket game as Brady Jones' three is good. His first points of the ball game. Again, the loser of this one falls to the feather bracket game and will take on Oakley at a neutral site on a Tuesday. Lepi picks up his dribble, guarded by Brady Jones, gives it off to Lehman. Nolan quickly up the court, going to drive all the way in. Right block shot, no good, but he'll head to the free throw line. 8th team foul on the Indians. Fouls on Ballman, his third personal foul. Lehman trying to cut in the 26-point lead that the Hoxie Indians have built. First one's on its way, good for Lehman. He's got 8. Makes it 43-18 with 7:29 left to go in the ball game. Lehman again at the free throw line for his second one. That one good as well. Nolan's now got 9 points, and it makes it 43-19. Hoxie Indians lead by 24. Jones atop the key, 2, no good, but a foul's going to be called. 15 foul on the Redmen, and the third on Taylor Lepi. So Brady Jones led to the free throw line for his first attempts from the line in this one. 7:19 left to play in the ball game. Hoxie leads 43-19. Jones trying to extend that 24-point lead. Cannot with the first one. So he'll get set for the second one. Second one for Jones on its way. That one rattles in. He's now got 4 points, all here in the fourth quarter. Lehman looking to inbound. Does so to Davion Orr. Orr ahead to Carr. Carr ahead to Lepi. Tipped out by Jones. And Jones can't track it down before it goes out of bounds, but it makes the Redmen have to reset things here as Ashton Dow comes back in. Miles Ballman going to take a seat. 7:13 left to play in the ball game. The Hoxie Indians lead 44-19. Benji Carr to inbound. Looking, finds Lehman, left wing. 3 for Nolan, no good that time, and it's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by the Indians. 7:09 left to play. Hoxie leads Smith Center 44-19. And a backcourt violation. Well, okay, not a backcourt violation. Even though LaPie touched on the other side of the half-court line there, but LaPie shot no good. Rebounded by Jones, and then a foul going to be called. 16 foul on the Redmen. Fouls on Nolan Lehman, his third. Couch comes back in. LaPie going to take a seat. 6:59 left to go. Hoxie leads 44-19. Gorley has it. Skip pass to Jones, left wing. Brady Jones on the dribble, left side. Dribbles out front between the circles. The Gorley left corner for 3, buries it. Gorley now has 15, and Hoxie leads by 28, 27-19. Kelch gets the inbounds pass, works against Brady Jones. Kelch needing to get across the timeline. Gets it across to Davion Orr. Orr hands it down right corner, Carr for 3, no good. Rebound underneath by Johnson. Johnson, they find a Dow underneath, and Dow's two-pointer is good. As Dominic Jones found Dow cutting towards the basket. Makes it a 30-point lead as now Jones comes away with the steal. Kelch tips it out, and it will be Indians basketball, but with the Indians up by 30, we'll have running clock for the final 6 minutes of this ball game. Gorley going to take his seat. Monk comes back in. Ashton Dow to inbound for the Indians. Does so to Jones, left wing. Brady Jones with it. Down to the left corner to Monk. Inside for Dow at the left block. Back out to Monk. Inside for Johnson. Around to Dominic Jones. To Dow, right baseline. Dribbles back out close to the corner. No good. Fight for the rebound. Johnson comes away with it. Passes back out front to Brady Jones. Under 5.5 to play here in the ball game. Hoxie leads 49-19. Monk inside for Dow. Out to Brady Jones. To Johnson inside for Dow. Up and good. 15 points for Ashton Dow. He's the third Hoxie Indian to have at least 15 points in this ball game as they lead 51-19. 5:05 left to go. Keegan McKenzie drives all the way in, and he's going to get called for the charge. That's his 5th and final foul. 17 foul on the Redmen. Coming in will be Braden Sheets for the Hoxie Indians. Tegan McKenzie takes the seat for the Redmen. Ian Doan comes in. Sheets coming in for Brady Jones for the Hoxie Indians. 4:40 left to go in this ball game. The Hoxie Indians lead 51-19. Sheets ahead to Monk. Down to Sheets in the right corner. Back out to Monk, right wing. They swing around to Jones. Dominic Jones drives in to the left block. Kicks it out to Dow. Dow's shot no good. He rebounded by Ian Doan. Doan pushes it up the court, right to left on your radio dial for the Redmen. Out front to Nolan Lehman. He'll pump fake, drives inside. Step back, jumper, no good. Rebounded by Ashton Dow, and then a foul going to be called. Fouls on Benji Carr, his first personal foul. 8th Redmen team foul. Coming in will be Isaac Derricks. He's a 5'5 sophomore. Also coming in is a 6'3 sophomore, number 54, Andre Vaughn. Also coming in will be number 13, a 5'8 junior, Carter Beckman. Dow takes a seat. Johnson takes a seat, and Dominic Jones takes a seat. For the Redmen, Davion Orr takes a seat, and Taylor LaPie comes back into the ball game. 3:30 and counting left to play here in this play-in game for the MCL tournament. Shot no good, rebounded by Benji Carr, his 7th rebound of the ball game. A look ahead, and then it's stolen away by Sheets, his 2nd steal. Sheets on the dribble, going to set up the offense. And swinging around to Derricks. Down to Sheets. Back out front to Monk. Back out front goes the basketball to Isaac Derricks. Down to Monk in the right corner. Monk looking inside. Finds Vaughn at the right block. Back out front to the right corner to Monk. To Sheets, back to Monk, right corner. Monk looking inside for Vaughn. Can't quite get it to him. Back to Monk. And ball's up for grab. Vaughn comes up with it. His shot is up. No good. And ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Redmen. Will be Hoxie basketball. 2:29 and counting left to go here in the fourth quarter. Hoxie leads 51-19. Into the ball game for the Redmen. 6'3" sophomore, number 33, Caden Weltmer. Also in is number 4, a 6-foot freshman, Mason Enix. Also into the ball game is number 32, a 5'10" sophomore, Nathan Schlatter. As the Indians have it, Sheets drives inside, leaves it off for Vaughn. His shot is up and good. (53-19). The Hoxie Indians extend their lead with 1:53 left to go in the fourth quarter. Weltmer has it left side. Tipped out by Vaughn and goes into the Hoxie bench, so it will remain Redmen basketball. 1:45 and counting left to go. And Hoxie leads 53-19. Doan inbounds to Carr. Benji brings it up the court. Working out front against the Monk. Now to Enix. Back around to Doan. He dribbles down to the right corner, picks up his dribble. Back out to Carr. 1:18 left to go. Finds Enix. He takes one dribble, picks it up. Now looking to pass off. And it's stolen away by the Indians. Carter Beckman comes away with the steal. Unofficially 20th turnover of the game as now Derricks puts up the shot. And a foul going to be called here on to the Indians. Their 9th team foul. Looks like Ian Doan going to head to the free throw line after the foul on Braden Sheets. 46 seconds left to play. The Hoxie Indians lead 53-19. Doan at the free throw line to shoot 1-1. First one off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound fought for, and Beckman comes down with it. 29 seconds left to play. The Hoxie Indians lead 53-19. Vaughn out to Beckman. Down to the right corner to Sheets. Sheets back to Monk. Monk drives in, loses the handle on it. Back out to Sheets in the corner. Inside for Vaughn. Vaughn out front to Derricks. He's going to drive in, and he's going to get tripped up. 19 foul on the Redmen. Foul is on Benji Carr, his second. And that's going to do it. The Hoxie Indians win this one 53-19. We'll take a timeout and be back to wrap things up for you from Stockton High School right after this as you're listening to Redmen Basketball on KQMA and the World Wide Web.
And we'll be seeing you on Monday night there in Smith Center. So everybody come out, and for those far, far away or don't want to get out, we'll be putting it on the TV on the Next Tech and the Redmen channel. So thank you, everybody, for watching. And I'm Alan Donovan here with Jesse Ray. Go Redmen. Go Lady Red.